Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is ISMAWATI KHUSNUL KHOTIMAH and my student number is A320150202. Now I would like to present my paper with the title The Importance of Self-Motivation to Achieve a Life Goal with the movie reference Pursuit of Happiness and Motivational Theory. Background. As we know that we live in era which full of competition, humans tend to achieve all of their dream with a minimum of energy, and practically they want everything that they dream to become true without a little of failure. But when a little of failure comes to them, they tend to be depressed, like lost control and have no motivation to continue their life. The Pursuit of Happiness is the motivational movie based on the true story of Chris Gardner's struggle to reach his glory. So, after watching this movie, there are a lot of meaning that we can take. That life is dynamic and full of struggle. We can imagine that if Chris have no motivation to continue his life, he might become a homeless person and to be the point of poverty. But because he has a motivation to continue his life, he can reach the point of glory. The problem statement, there are three problem statements. The first is what is self-motivation. The second is how is self-motivation described in the movie. The third is why self-motivation important to our life. And then the objectives, there are three objectives. The first is to identify self-motivation meaning. The second is to describe how is self-motivation depicted in the movie. And then the third, to reveal the underlying reasons why the self-motivation is important to our life. And then the benefit are the viewers will understand the meaning of self-motivation illustrated by Chris Gardner in Pursuit of Happiness movie. If people have a self-motivation, they can find a bright moment. Just stay struggle, be optimistic, and keep motivation. And then the theory framework, there are Maslow motivation theory. Maslow stated that people are motivated to achieve certain needs and that some needs take precedence over others. Our most basic need is for physical survival, and this will be the first thing that motivates our behaviors. Once that level is fulfilled, the next level up is what motivates us, and so on. So Maslow have 5 hierarchy in his theory. The first is physiological needs. This need must be met in order for a person to survive. For example, warm, sex, sleep, clothing, and so on. And then the second is safety need. Safety need is the need for personal and financial security, also healthy and well-being. And then the third is love and belongingness needs, the needs for friendship, relationship, and also family. And then the fourth is esteem needs, the need to feel confident and respected by others. And then the last is self-actualization need is the desire to get everything that you can take and become everything that you can be. And then the second theory from Herzberg, The two-factor theory of motivation, otherwise known as dual-factor theory or motivation hygiene theory, was developed by psychologist Frederick Herbert in the 1950s. So, according to Herbert, there are two factors. The first is motivator factors. These are factors that lead to satisfaction and motivation the employees to work harder. And then the second is hygiene factor. These factors lead to dissatisfaction and lack of motivation if uh, if they are absent. For example, include a salary, benefit, also relationship between manager and coworker. So according to Herbert, between motivator and hygiene factors, both influence the motivation. And then finding and discussion. In Pursuit of Happiness, Chris divides his life's journey into 6 parts, namely riding bus, being stupid, running, interaction, pay tax, and also happiness. In riding bus, can be interpreted of his daily life. He always riding bus to get one place to another. For example, when he pick up his son and also buy his portable machine. And then being stupid. Every human in the world ever being stupid things, intentionally or unintentionally. So Chris being stupid when he trusted a busker to look after his machine and he took him away. So one lesson that we can take is we should not immediately trust someone, especially someone new. And then the third is running. In Pursuit of Happiness, Chris illustrates as energetic and deaf person. So he always running to get one place to another too. So it can illustrate that if we want to reach a goal, we need extra effort, although it is suiting us. And then the fourth is interaction. We know that Chris always interact with other people. They interact with his boss, his neighbor, and other people in front of around of him. So in life, need to interact. And then pay tax. If we pay attention in the Pursuit of Happiness, there is a scene that Chris faced to pay taxes. So when he felt that he and his son were fine on financial matter, but suddenly he get a letter that informing him all of his money was gone because he have to pay taxes. So it means that life is unstable. And then the last is happiness. No pain, no gain, like that felt by Chris Gardner and his son. So Chris Gardner and his son ever feel a bitterness moment, and then they become successful people because of their motivation in their life. And then having motivation in our life is very important. The Pursuit of Happiness movie teach us that life is dynamic. Life is expensive, must move if you still want to breathe, must be sensitive to the problem and deal with it. Life is struggle. Life must have the motivation to survive and win. If we sin with the theory of motivation from Maslow and Herbert's theory, it is true that motivation is one of the important humans' needs. And then the conclusion, motivation is one reason for someone to survive and fight. In Pursuit of Happiness movie, teach someone that if we want to achieve something, we must pursue it until we can and have motivation as our weapon. Motivation plays a very important role to strengthen the determination and focus on the target. Okay, that's all about my paper. Thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.